Hello there everyone, and welcome to this topic video that I'm pretty sure should help to get things rolling for what I have planned. And that is my plan on getting Uchu Sentai Kyuranger adapted into Power Rangers by 2023. As some people may know, very recently we got the announcement that Ryusoulger was going to be adapted into Season 28 of Power Rangers, and I'm really disappointed by that. I was really hoping that Kyuranger was going to get adapted at that point in time. I will give a few pointers for a couple of good possibilities that this could possibly lead to. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and explain it. Alright. Now, first of all, I'm pretty sure that there are some people that have their doubts that Hasbro will go back to adapt any seasons that came before Ryusoulger, and in the case of Kyuranger, they really ought to, because this is the series that everyone wants to see adapted, so Hasbro can't ignore Kyuranger forever. In fact, I'm pretty sure that Bandai of America wants this series to get adapted, and I'm pretty sure that there is nothing that's going to stop the series from getting adapted, not even adapting a later series. And another possible reason as to why they may have decided to save Kyuranger for a later time and not adapt it right away could be because 2021 is supposedly the last year that Power Rangers will air on Nickelodeon, and if it does turn out to be just a single season that just has 22 episodes in it, I guess I should probably be thankful that it wasn't Kyuranger that got this treatment, although there is a chance that they may do a second season of the Ryusoulger adaptation, because as I had said before, it would be foolish of Hasbro to not adapt the season completely, whatever season that they were doing. And, well, I can't really say that I am hoping that the Ryusoulger adaptation, which has yet to be given a name though, we only got the confirmation of what the Sentai is going to be adapting, or what Sentai is going to be adapted. We don't have the name of the series yet. The name has yet to be confirmed. Regardless, I'm going to talk to you about what I think we should do if we want to see Kyuranger be adapted by 2023. Now, first off, I did write to Hasbro at some point in October of 2018, and they did actually write back with the person who responded saying that they would bring the idea up to the rest of the staff members. Although, ever since uploading a screenshot of this letter, there have been 2 people so far that don't believe that this is an official confirmation. But I certainly do have my high hopes up for it, but just in case, I would encourage you all, anyone who is watching this, who wants Kyuranger to get adapted, to also write to Hasbro about why it should be adapted, because I'm pretty sure that the more people who write to Hasbro, the higher the chances are that we will finally get the adaptation of Uchu Sentai Kyuranger by 2023, which I am hoping does happen. And I am also hoping that Toei does not make another Sentai series that looks more appealing than Kyuranger. I mean, if it was me, I would totally have chosen Kyuranger over Ryusoulger. I also would have chosen it over Go Busters. But let's just hope that that there is no other Sentai series that will be like, or will make Hasbro be like, oh, that's a pretty good series, we should adapt that next. Forget about the other seasons we haven't adapted yet. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And then there are a couple of other points that I'm going to go about, as well as a couple of other reasons as to why Kyuranger may not have gotten adapted yet. Well, one possible reason could maybe be because Hasbro is probably struggling right now to get Kyuranger adapted. It's possible they could not have all the suits for the Rangers and the Monsters of the Week. There is a chance that they may currently be working on getting all of those things prepared. So there is a chance that it may not be something that they can do just yet. I'm pretty sure that they are working on doing what they can to get this series adapted, and hopefully they will get this adapted at some point in the future. It really ought to be. It deserves to be. And another possible reason as to why someone had mentioned as to why they may not have decided to do Kyuranger yet was possibly because they did not think that handling so many Rangers at one time would do it. Although there are a number of solutions to the whole issue with so many Rangers, such as how they only send out 5 Rangers at a time in most episodes. But I'm pretty sure that eventually they will get to doing Kyuranger, regardless of what struggles they may have, and hopefully they will get everything set up. Another thing that I would also like to bring up would be, well, the Yellow Ranger. And I think this is one of the very huge topics about Kyuranger and why some people think that it's not going to get adapted. So, anyway, the Yellow Ranger right here, one thing that some people have been saying would be, you know, like how his visor is very pointy, you know, like it's very pointy, like a swordfish. Although on the vinyl figure by Bandai, it's actually been kind of shortened, so it's not as sharp as it appears in the show. And there are some people that believe that Hasbro may be neglecting to adapt Kyuranger because of it being a safety hazard, but I'm pretty sure that it's something that they can easily work around. And I'm also pretty sure that the action figures that they bring out from the Kyuranger adaptation, when they finally do it, will also have not as sharp of a visor as the one in the show. I'm sure that they will make it a bit shorter, just like this right here. So yeah, right here, the visor is not as sharp as what is shown in the show, and that does not bother me so much. It is a good safety measure. And I'm pretty sure that if Hasbro needed to make the visor a little less pointy, they will probably do that, you know, like on the actual suit. I mean, I can certainly probably imagine somebody who is working as part of the stunt team, who is assigned to wear the Yellow Ranger suit, and he is like, that visor is a little pointy, I don't think that I want to wear that. Well, there is a chance that that may happen, but I'm pretty sure that they will come up with a solution for that. And there is a chance maybe they won't shoot as much American footage of the Yellow Ranger and just rely on Sentai footage, which is something that I would be totally alright with. I am now going to tell you about my thoughts about how this could actually get adapted into the 30th season. Because even though I wanted it to come out as soon as possible, I guess having it come out as season 30 is probably a good way to go. And there are also some people that say that they could maybe do some comic books about some of the unadapted teams to try to get them adapted out there. Another thing that they could possibly do is maybe actually release some action figures of some of the Rangers from the Sentais that have not been adapted, and then maybe choose what season to adapt next based upon how well the sales for the figures go. Like, if they decided to release an action figure of Shishi Red before adapting Kyuranger and the sales go pretty well, that may tell Hasbro that, oh, I guess a lot of people really liked that action figure and they probably want to see it as a whole series. Yeah, that is possible that they may do that. Although another possible candidate for what Ranger they could use for a unadapted figure series, maybe if they decide to actually release Rangers from unadapted Sentais, just to see how good the sales would go before they actually do adapt it completely, is maybe have the Orange Ranger be released, because there are like some people that are saying that Hasbro is kind of trying to neglect the use of an Orange Ranger. Well, they gotta do it eventually, and they really ought to. And I think that Sasori Orange should be the first official Orange Ranger in Power Rangers. This really would work out. And they could also have the Green Ranger also be a possible representation of Kyuranger if they were to do unreleased or unadapted Sentai action figure releases to try to see which would sell well. Because I'm pretty sure that a lot of kids who wanted to see a female Green Ranger would probably see this and be like, oh, that's pretty cool. I really want to see that get adapted. And, you know, if sales for this go really well, then that could end up getting adapted for the next series. Alright, so what I encourage everyone who is watching this, I encourage you to share this video and also tell other people that if they want Kyuranger adapted, they should write to Hasbro. If you need an address for Hasbro, I think that I may find it in the description below. Another idea that I may have to try to promote Kyuranger would maybe to actually, like, if you manage to purchase some of the Japanese merchandise of Kyuranger, like you go onto eBay and buy some Kyuranger mechs or merchandise, you could probably then show that to kids and tell them that if they want to see it get adapted, they should write to Hasbro about it, of course with parents' permission. So I think that that would probably be a good way to try to promote Kyuranger. So, with that said, hopefully we can get the word out that we want Uchu Sentai Kyuranger to get adapted, because I really do not know what I'm going to do if Kyuranger does not get adapted, because I really do not want to wait for so long or even not even get this series adapted at all. It really ought to be. There's no reason to not get it adapted. So many Rangers, that's not a good reason to not adapt it. It's actually a pretty good reason that it should get adapted. And Yellow Ranger's visor, I'm pretty sure that's not going to stop Hasbro from adapting it either. But you could probably write to them and tell them that if they think that it's going to be a safety hazard, that there are ways to work around it. So that's about all that I have to say about this. Hopefully we can get this adapted by 2023. Let's just all work together to get this adapted as soon as we can. So thank you so much for watching, and I also thank you if you are going to help in getting this series adapted. It is much appreciated, and I will see you again next time.